another episode of the Mythbusters.
So today we're going to test the common misconception about hitting a moving target and a stationary target.
Okay, so first we're going to investigate the appropriate angle to hit at a stationary target.
And then we're going to investigate if we should hit a moving target at an angle below it or straight at it. We'll soon find out. Alright, so a common misconception that people seem to have is that when you aim for the bullseye, you have to aim right at it.
But that's not true, and we're gonna bust that myth today.
Go bust that myth! Now hear your drink. Let's do it!
So as you probably noticed in the previous video, that when we tried to aim the slingshot exactly at the bullseye, it didn't hit the bullseye, it hit slightly below the bullseye.
So as you can see, this represents our stationary target, and basically what many people assume is that when we're hitting the target, basically we shoot it and it is just gonna go straight and hit the target. But that is wrong because we are forgetting a very important force.
That same force is the force that keeps us on the ground every single day so we don't go flying into space, and that force is known as gravity.
Don't forget gravity. Gravity is a force that pulls things down, and it is very commonly ignored. Gravity is the reason as to why this ball is falling down. And in this case, it is a reason that the ball does not hit the bullseye, and gravity is basically pushing the ball down, which is why it hits below the target.
So that is why when we do the projectiles, we need to make sure that we compensate for the gravity, and that is the only way that we're going to hit the bullseye.
Basically, there's my target, there's me with my slingshot. So first we figured out the horizontal distance, and then we figured out the vertical distance. So once we did this, we launched the ball at 0 degrees and figured out what the time was, which we then used to figure out what the horizontal velocity was. So in order to find the optimal angle to hit the bullseye, we needed the horizontal velocity, which we had, and v1. We figured out v1 using one of the famous 5 equations, and we figured out that the angle was 9 degrees, and so this basically proved that in order to hit the bullseye, you have to aim at a higher angle.
What if we're aiming at a moving target?
Does that mean we'd aim below the target or straight at it? Let's find out.
Okay, so basically this is how the experiment was set up. This is the launcher with ball A, and this was the rod holding up ball B. There's a current that goes through the experiment here that holds up ball B, and when ball A was launched, then the current stops, so ball B falls at the exact same time as the launch.
So basically when ball A is launched, there's a common misconception that it will go in a straight line, so like this. So when people think that when you launch it, it's gonna go in a straight pathway, but that's wrong because they're forgetting a very important force, which is gravity, as we talked about before. And so what's actually happening is that it's going in a projectile motion like this. So what happens, so even though gravity is acting on ball B as well, ball A was already launched at an angle below, so it's gonna miss the pathway of B and it's not gonna hit it. So you can see, so basically the second part of the experiment was we angled the launcher straight at the ball, as you can see. So when we did this, when we launched both balls, gravity was acting on both A and both B. So when we did this, both of them we launched ball A and launch B, and they both collided right here, so that basically we were successful in hitting the target.
Okay, so basically the myth that we were investigating is that to hit a stationary target, people assume that you have to aim directly at it. But no, that's wrong. When you aim at a stationary target, the target's not moving, but your launch ball is being affected by gravity. So what people assume is that the ball is going to go in a straight horizontal line and hit directly at the target. But since gravity is acting upon it, it's going to make it go in a projectile motion, and then it's going to miss the bullseye. So to accurately hit the bullseye, you need to aim a little bit above the stationary target so it actually hits it.
So in the other case, when the target is moving, and so basically gravity is acting on both the ball that's being launched and the target. So in this case, gravity is acting on both, so we don't have to compensate for gravity. So the myth about basically launching it at an angle below is wrong, and the right way is you have to angle it straight at the target, because gravity is acting on both, so you don't have to compensate for gravity.
So once you understand how gravity affects your projectile motion, that's when you're going to be able to accurately aim at the target. And that is also your
key to success.
Thank you for watching this week's episode.
Tune in next week and see us investigate the myth behind twin telepathy.